She's a sneak attack. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Raw Babes 101 with your hosts, Tiffany and
Kristen.
I did it backwards.
I think that's cute.
Okay.
You do me, I do you.
Okay. Nice beachy hair tip.
I was gonna say that we're like goddamn beach babes. I had to put my hair up because I was like sweating.
Yeah, and I am too.
And why are we sweating?
We are sweating because once we get activated and we do our routine before we're ready to record, we sage, we set our intentions, and we basically call in our team to allow them to work through us to do this podcast. And then we get so fucking hot.
Like sweating.
Yeah, we're like in this like healing modality. We're healing, like healing alchemists that we're here to drop down and help the world and heal.
So that's why the hair went up.
So yeah, Tiff's hair went up. It was down.
I'm backwards. Okay. This video, I'm like, which way am I going? It's not what it doesn't.
It's cute.
It's not. Look. It's not.
It's backwards.
It's just backwards.
You're flipped. It's your fliminipiflin yet.
You didn't just fucking try to do
I just tried.
That was awesome. That was really good.
Thank you. The thing is, I've come to a place in my life where Tiffany and I, as everybody knows, we make up our own English. We pronounce words however we want to pronounce them. I have been doing this a lot in this last week. I've been saying a lot of words that just aren't the way that you're supposed to say them, but I don't care. We just don't care. We're just showing up and being as we are.
Because we're smart in other ways.
Exactly.
We make up for it.
Exactly. So we do have a very strawberry-ish moon coming up. We have
Speaking
this
of strawberry.
Oh, what about strawberry?
No, you finish first.
Okay. So we have the strawberry full moon coming in June 24th. Loud and proud, big and bold. And guess what, guys? This is the very last super moon of the year. So charge your crystals, put out your moon water, make sure you set your intentions, and release what you don't want anymore and welcome what you want. Because when you're dealing with a super moon, it's like super for a reason. It's super! So charge your stuff and just welcome the feeling of change. Welcome the feeling of uncertainty. Welcome not knowing where you're heading, knowing that, you know what, it doesn't matter. The unknown is great. You're perfect exactly as you are, and where you are meant to be is right here.
I don't always want to know where I'm going.
Same.
I like to be surprised.
So do I.
I really do.
Like when all of a sudden you're on a hike or you've got this plan to go out somewhere and then it gets detoured in another direction. How awesome is that?
Well, because usually something ends up happening and you're like, oh, if I hadn't done this, then that wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm. When plans,
no regrets.
No,
I've never had a regret.
Yeah, and when plans cancel, it's a redirection into the right direction. Just remember.
Exactly.
So yeah, honor yourself with the super moon. Like full moons, stuff can come up and it can be a little bit heavy, but it's basically coming up for you to clear it. So don't get down on yourself and go, oh my God, I'm reverting to my old ways, or I'm going through depression, or I'm gonna actually even just this week for me, I had eaten some foods that weren't in alignment with what I like to eat. I was feeling a little bit more bloated. I was a little bit tired.
What did you eat?
It's not even that big of a deal, but it's just different.
What? I want to know.
Okay, I had, what are those chips called?
Kettle chip.
No.
Doritos.
No, they're still healthy.
Pringles.
No, they're so fucking healthy chips.
Oh.
But I ate the whole bag. You know those the carrot chips? Those carrot chips?
Oh, okay. I hadn't had those.
Okay, there's carrot, not hard bite. They're just actual carrots, and it's got dill on them.
And so you probably didn't feel good because you ate the whole thing.
It wasn't about feeling good. It was feeling great eating it. It was after how bloated I felt. And I'm still dealing with it. So I'm like heavy metal detox, juicing, clearing it all out. I've got my nettle. I've got my dandelion tea. I'm just like, get out. So anyhow.
Cut it out!
So, yeah, that's what I did. And
did you at least have dip?
No. You don't need, when you have these
Computer
chips.
said no.
Okay, when you have these chips, Tiffany, they're so flavorful. You basically have to like suck every finger dry after because it's coated. It's like, no, you get an extra treat at the end. So basically, yeah, you get like a 2-in-1. You get the dip is your fucking finger.
Maybe that's what gave you the tummy.
Probably.
Sucking hard on those fingers.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you guys, do you want to know what we're talking about today? Do you want to know? Raw babes?
Let me speak for everybody. Yes, Kristen, I want to know. What
Okay.
are we going to talk about?
So I am first and foremost going to introduce these people that I have discovered on social media. I am going to pronounce his name the best way that I think. So his name is Stefinos. Safandos.
You had that before you questioned yourself. Okay. Do it again.
Stefinos Safandos.
Own it!
Owned it. So him and his partner, I believe they are getting married. Don't quote me. Partner's just as good. They are both next level coaches, but they're beyond coaches. They are trauma, dating and love, inner child. There's so many things. They tap into so many different things, psychology, and they basically do a lot of different coaching for individuals and for couples. And I was watching a couple of videos on them, and I was very much inspired to share what knowledge and information that they share and little tips for me to bring back and for you to bring to Raw Babes.
Share! Woo, 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 woo.
You know, that reminded me of Lisa. She when she gets excited in counseling and at the end,
really?
She's like, go Kristen! Woo, 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 woo. Okay.
I feel like I've been doing that all day.
Well,
I met my in-laws at the restaurant.
Yeah.
I was like, we got to eat together. Woo, woo, woo. They're like, what the fuck is she saying?
It's just, you know what, when you're excited and your light is shining bright, you just want to like share it, and I love that.
Yeah, it just comes out involuntarily. Involuntarily.
See, this is just what we do. Cheers to us. Cheers. Okay, so guys, back to this amazing couple, and they're just spreading love and light and helping people deal with their trauma. And like, what was the other thing that I said to you about the profile? Let me just read it because it's so amazing. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Tiffany, can you play some background music, please? Okay. Explorer of truth, psychology, dating and love, inner child healing, trauma-informed, masculine and feminine polarity, sacred sexuality, and coaching. How hot is that? Hot. And you guys, let's tap into this. We all need to know whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're in a relationship, or whether you're just ending a relationship. These are wicked tips to incorporate into your life. So, what do I do if I'm growing and becoming more awakened and my partner isn't? This is a wicked fucking question. Like,
yes,
there's a lot of people out there, and I know a lot of our listeners that are in relationships that maybe one of the parties are deep diving like next level, and then the other person is just not on that level. So here's the thing. Number one thing you need to ask is, what is your top non-negotiable? In a relationship, when you're just starting out, or you're just in it, or you've been in it for years, it's important to write that down and what is your non-negotiable? Does your partner know what your non-negotiable is? Do you talk about it? So
Yeah, we talked about it this morning, Dave.
Okay, do you want to share? Or are you stopping there?
My non-negotiable is like respect, basically. Respect in the way that
Yeah, I'd
we
like to
speak
know.
to each other.
Okay, that's what I wanted to go deeper with that.
Yeah.
What do you mean by respect?
Like,
Give me an
in
example.
any way, like, just, like, if you were respectfully if you're talking to somebody and you're treading light waters and you're not trying to upset somebody, you're obviously not saying, like, come on. I don't know. How do I explain this?
Can I intervene?
Yeah.
Is it basically along the lines of you want to feel safe in your relationship?
Oh, you're adorable.
Where you can where he can hold space for you, where you can be real and authentic and feel like you're being listened to and valued, and your opinion matters.
It's the kind of the
other way around
a little bit. I just like to approach any type of casualty, disagreement, or anything on a respectful playing field.
So if you
get, like, it's fine to get emotional, but when you're pointing fingers and blaming and saying things that could possibly be making the other person feel small.
Yes.
And
so
you're
it's
not
basically being judged.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should go a little bit more here because this is pretty dope. I'm so glad this is coming up.
It's something else. I'll have to, let me ponder on that. But
okay.
I did have to say, like, hey, I don't communicate that way. And we need to, if emotions are high, take a second, walk away and come back with
and revisit.
Like, be a little bit more grounded. Like,
right. Okay. I like it. I like it. Let's go a little bit further and let's see.
Sorry, Dave.
Let's see if don't say sorry, because you know what, this is an opportunity for you guys to hold space for each other and maybe bring this up, have a good conversation.
Trust me, many.
and you know what, after this episode, I think this is going to be a big catalyst for all of our listeners and viewers of how to approach their relationship in a little bit of a different light than how we've been approaching our relationships. And that goes for husbands, wives, family members. Okay. So you and your partner shared similar interests that brought you two together. Okay? So in the beginning of anyone's relationship, who you were then may not be the same person that you are today. So you could have been more of like partiers, or you could go drinking every weekend, or maybe you guys were super into fitness and you're not anymore. So you just got to be mindful of like what attracted you guys together at the beginning. And now all of a sudden, one of you starts getting interested in their healing journey. They start to uncover themselves and heal their inner child. Maybe they start taking courses, or maybe they start doing retreats. Maybe they start doing, like there's medicinal journeys that people do. There's ayahuasca, there's microdosing, there's healing circles, there's nature retreats. You have your counseling, your Reiki healers, your spirituality. You could start to tap into a different side and uncover some pretty cool things and start learning about your childhood and where you came from and why are you acting like that and why are you responding this way. And that could be one person in the relationship that they are uncovering that. And now their partner isn't, okay? So the other partner may not like it very much because of the change that's taking place. So what do you do about this? So what do you do about this, guys? First, I'm going to go and touch base on what not to do. Okay? This is a big one. Everybody listening, listen closer. Okay? This is what we're not supposed to do. So put in your mind, one person's evolving, and it doesn't mean the other person isn't evolving. I just want to say that. One person's evolving in like this different direction of spirituality. That's just what's happening. They're healing. Okay? Don't try to drag your partner with you to do the things you're doing. Rule number 1. Number 2, don't tell your partner everything they need to do to change. Number 3, don't judge and criticize. Okay? Basically, when we go on this path of healing, we want to help the world. Okay? And I'm going to use myself as an example. I want everybody to do what I'm doing. I want everybody to juice. I want everybody to stop drinking. I want everybody to jump into my pool and let me bring you with me and share with you all these gifts of what I would call magical experiences. So I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, Tiffany, this is my hair shampoo. I want you to try it. Like, I just like to share, right? So it's easy for us as partners, lovers, friends to kind of be overbearing and kind of be like overwhelming to the partner to be like, do all these things and you got to do this and blah, blah, blah. And that's like already your partner's looking at you and they're like, who the fuck are you? Like, this isn't who I married and this isn't what I signed up for, is what they can come back and say, right? Right? I'm getting so hot.
And they're coming for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so be the invitation to personal development, okay? Not make it look judgy or bad or critical. Pressure is the worst thing you can do in a relationship. Pressure.
Think it for anything.
Yes.
Yes. You don't want to pressure anybody into anything.
Exactly.
If it doesn't flow, then go.
Pressure is, when you put pressure on someone, an expectation, it's just, it is so hard. It's just like, really, you already have the own pressure of your own life, and then you have the pressure of something else. It's just too much. Okay. When you're judging your partner or yourself, you won't feel safe. You will feel not accepted. Okay? And you will just naturally pull away. The safety of the relationship is the key to a successful, happy relationship. Safety. And they talk about this, and it just makes my heart so warm and happy, because it's like, when you can feel safe to be your authentic self and speak your truth and say whatever you need to say without fear of how that person's going to react, there's nothing better than that. You're just you. You show up as your authentic self, and
That should be good. Should be good enough. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can let you read some of these because I don't have to read them all. What?
Look up. There's an account that I'm like, I don't even know. Was that the video you sent me on Instagram?
I think so.
That woman? I follow her already. She's
Well,
freaking
that
amazing.
won't mess up our recording.
No.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, safety of the relationship is the key to a successful, happy relationship. Now, one of the things to do, this is to help your partner grow on their path. Okay, one of the things to do, if there is a growth distance, you need to walk the talk, okay? Walk the damn talk.
Walk it like it's hot.
Walk it like it's hot. Okay? Be the change that you want to see. Shut up. Don't say anything to your partner. Do you. Do your work. Be the change. Walk the walk. If you want to eat healthy foods, eat the healthy foods. If you want to go to counseling, go to counseling. Do not put anything on your partner. Be the change. They are going to see this magical being transform in front of them, and your energy is going to shift, and all of a sudden they're going to be like, what the hell are you doing? Wow, I'm loving this person. This is amazing. Okay?
Or it's the other way.
Well, it can be too, yes, which is getting to that.
Okay.
Don't expect someone else to do it. You be it. Okay? You can read this if you liked. If you can read my writing.
How can you do this? How you can do this is share and invite your partner in. Ask them what they need, start showing up differently in the relationship. Everything that you're learning about yourself, start applying it to the relationship.
So stop for a second. Back it up. Because when you share and invite your partner in, and by sharing your own personal experience, not judging them, is an opportunity for them to hold space for you. So you say, hey, you know what came up for me in my counseling session? What's so funny? What's so funny?
You're just looking really deep in my
Oh, because I'm just like really hot. I don't see that it's recording anymore on here. Save it. I knew we couldn't do that. We've already done this before.
Is that right?
It's okay.
That's so dumb.
No, that's just...
That's why we have your phone.
We're going to reread that again for the podcast. Put it on airplane mode once you get going. It's okay, guys. This happens. Oh, my neck just did a good cracker.
It's so shitty because...
I know, in this new technology, in this day and age, we should be able to. Yeah, okay, we're back. Hey guys, so we're going to reread that part because I don't know where it ended and it dropped off. So...
You beat it.
Yes, go TT, go TT, oh, go TT, go TT.
How you can do this is share and invite your partner in. Ask them what they need. Start showing up differently in the relationship. Everything that you are learning about yourself, start applying it to the relationship.
Okay.
And we ended at that.
Okay. Okay, so an example of this, invite your partner in to your world, your stuff that's going on. Ask them, hey, can I share this with you? Let them have an option. Let them have an opinion. Let them say, yeah, I do want to hear what's going on for you. And as you start opening up and sharing your truth, they're gonna naturally like put their guard down and be a little bit more open to maybe sharing back with you. And even if they're not ready to share anything with you, at least you're starting to do the energy exchange. You're starting this process because you're being the change. Because all that we are in control of is ourselves. Only ourselves, okay? Go ahead.
Everything that you're learning about yourself.
That one.
Whoa. Are you truly being the change you wish to see, or are you full of information? Walk the talk, people. Talk it like it's hot.
Walk it like it's hot.
Walk it like it's hot.
No, but we can talk it like it's hot now. Because that's what it's about, communication and talking.
Using it against your partner, thinking you know it all, and are saying to your partner...
Saying your partner isn't. So an example, you know it all. So you're counseling now, you're deep diving in spirituality, you've got all this stuff, you've got it all covered, and then you start like pointing the fingers and like blaming and shaming. They are never going to want to do a damn fucking thing or even like step into it because now they're already feeling judged and scared. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of your own journey. Okay, because that is judgment, that's not an awakened way to be as a partner. When you're on your own awakening spiritual path, we have to just remember, hey, we're on a different path. Walk the walk. Let's just do our own and
walk it like it's hot. Walk it like it's hot.
It's so hot. Like, holy... Okay. It's all about the delivery. It's like saying, oh my God, what are you wearing? Or being like, hey, babe, you know, that looks cute. And I think you should fucking change because it's ugly. Just kidding.
I think I'd like you in
exactly
the other one better.
I think I like that blue shirt better. TT.
KK.
Tiffany, oh, you're pretty close to the wall of color this time. Like me the time before, but no, you're...
If I was wearing this top with your bottoms, you'd be right in there.
Yeah, we were actually like alternating, matching.
Kind of.
Amazing.
Right?
Okay, guys. It's all about the delivery. Ask your partner if it's something they would be interested in. Not demanding them because you're being threatened to do it. If you do this, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. So we never want to threaten our partner. What? You're like, I do it all the time?
Hell no. Oh,
Good.
no. Mm-mm.
Good.
I only threaten my children.
I love
Just
you.
kidding.
I don't know if it's a joke or if you're kidding.
Mm-hmm. I make sure it's things I can't take back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I'll put a pillow over your head.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't done that. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so it is also okay to do things separate. This is healthy and important. Separate coaching, separate courses, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead.
You go, Bo. Oh, stop being the coach.
The judger.
The judger.
Dun, dun, dun.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
I think it deserved a different tone. Judgment Day.
Oh my gosh. When you're desperate for emotional or physical connection, be honest about it and share your wants and needs with your partner. Guys, withholding love is a real thing. When you withhold love from someone, you're really hurting yourself and you're actually self-sabotaging yourself and the relationship. So don't withhold. Be open and honest. Be vulnerable. Be the one to be the change. Like, babe, right now I'm so needing a hug and attention and love. I need this from you. Because when we're just silent and we shut it off, they're not going to know. They don't even, how's anybody going to know anything? Say it.
You just did a cool thing with your mouth. You just kind of like, so you guys, you have to go on the YouTube channel to see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Subscribe to that shit. As you show up differently to your relationship, it will be mirrored back differently. Oh, hell yeah.
Can we just high five to that statement? Can I also just say something? That was my own. Straight from my own. Because I'm like, it came to me and I'm just like, yeah, it's so good. As you show up. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn right now. Because I'm like, this is solid information. As you show up differently to your relationship, it will be mirrored back differently. We all just want to feel safe and heard. So start doing that for yourself. And then it will have a trickling effect on all of your relationships.
Ships.
Yeah. Relationships. When you start listening to your own self on your own, like on your own healing journey, you're going to be able to actually hold space for other people and listen to their needs and wants on a whole other... What? What's so funny?
Just let it flow, girl. Let it flow.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I
What
just
do you
feel
mean?
giggly.
It's the full moon. It's always the full moon. I'm so hot. Holy... you guys are going to see me by the end of the episode, and I'm going to have a towel. I'm going to have a towel that I'm going to be like...
little drips coming down the
Yeah.
side of your temples.
I think it's our light, too.
It's not.
Oh,
There's no
it's just the
heat coming
healing.
off of this.
Okay.
There's zero heat.
It's the heel. It's the angels. It's our team. Okay. Okay. Your turn.
I don't want to work out.
You don't want to read it?
I'm going to get all hot and sweaty.
By reading? You want me to do it?
No, I got this.
Okay.
There is also a time where you have exhausted every avenue and need to end the relationship. If there is abuse or toxic traits, anger or continued infidelity, you need to protect yourself. Oh, guys, that's a vicious cycle in itself. And those things are happening. That's self-care work long overdue. sometimes it's such a slippery slope. We don't even understand where we're at when it's actually happening. We're like, fuck, how did I get here?
Yeah.
But it's because you're just in denial the whole time.
Perfect.
Yeah. So get grounded, step into your truth, be honest with yourself. Didn't we just say that? I think you just said
no,
this.
no, I didn't. But this is exactly what I
true.
wanted to say. I think you're just telepathically getting my information.
Go Dilakjai.
So what Tiffany's saying here is there comes a time and a place where you have to take a hard look in the mirror and really acknowledge, are you in denial? How long have you been doing this pattern? How long have you been begging for change? How long have you been in the toxicity or the negativity? And you have to come to terms, because to be perfectly honest, you're doing yourself a favor, but you're also doing your partner a favor, because a lot of the times the one that's not making the change, you're actually a catalyst for their change by removing yourself. And you aren't responsible for whether they choose to heal or whether they don't, whether they're with you after or whether you leave or stay. It's entirely their journey and their choice, but protect yourself first, because you're going to continue on this path of a vicious cycle of the same thing. And it's just going to keep repeating. And then if you have kids involved,
then it gets so ugly.
It's worse for the child to be seeing a relationship that is so unhealthy and people aren't staying for the right reasons. So it's very important to tap in and figure that out. It's really important.
These are a lot of, these traits, like toxic traits, and you're saying it's a lot of codependency stuff going on too. So if you don't know much about codependency, I suggest that you look more into it. I read a book, I'm Fine, by, what's her name?
I think you did mention it on another one.
Yeah, I did.
It's a
really good. Like I said, like in that episode, I didn't even know what I was reading. It just looked funny. And Whitney Cummings.
Oh yeah, Whitney Cummings. And there's also another one called Codependent No More. Mm-hmm. And then there's another author, Byron Katie. She's incredible. She's very good.
Isn't that what Untethered Soul is more?
No, about? Untethered Soul is it's by a different.
It's not about codependency.
It's about untethering from it's codependency, but it's also a lot to do with the self and like isolating yourself in a box. But yeah. Anyhow, no, it's unbelievable.
No, boring being in a box.
Oh yes, we don't want to be. It's a dick in a box. That was a perfect thing. Hey. Okay, so be very present and honest with yourself. Sometimes your partner is not ready in this lifetime to make the change or want to. You have to accept it. So it is their choice to do the work or not, and it might not be this fucking lifetime. They're gonna just, when they pass, they're gonna wake up. They're gonna go shit. All these things that I shitted on and shit the bed.
A lot of paper towel.
For me. I'm coming back to do it again, and we'll try again. So, hey, that's cool too. Whatever floats your boat. But you know what? Fucking wake up. Just learn the lessons now. Okay. Has this relationship reached its expiration date? Very, very important.
How do you know?
How do you know? Well, how you know is if two people are continuing on their path and they are not going anywhere. Just circle back. You just know. If there's no growth happening and one person is not willing to do it after everything that you've tried, there's the expiration date.
Should you give an expiry date?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Peter said no.
I don't think it's giving it a date by saying, well, if it's not better by this date, then I'm leaving. I feel like it's one of those daily things that you'll just know, you'll feel it. You'll just be like, hey, you know what? This is not working for us anymore. We're just growing and evolving differently.
True. True. And sometimes it's easier said than done, like
Always.
leaving your partner.
Always.
But I wonder if it would be worth, like, if you feel like you're the one that's hitting that broken record, if you gave yourself a time frame.
That's
right.
Yeah, some people could do that and say, hey, like,
I guess it's more
by this time next
yeah.
year, if I'm in the same position, that would be I think that'd be a good personal. I don't want to say goal, but a good personal boundary.
Right. Yeah, because I think it
Yes. One thing that I did want to say. Okay. Also, it says if your values weren't aligned, and it's basically the most loving thing that you can do is to go your separate ways. You can have a heart-to-heart loving conversation where you sit down and you really get real with each other and say, hey, where are we at? How do we feel? Is this our expiration date? Is there more that we can pull from this? Where are we? And then making an adult, mature decision is really what, and as hard as it is, if you need something from your partner and you're demanding from your partner or you're pressuring, where do you need to give this to yourself instead of what you're looking for? No one wants to lean in when they are pressured. That was another little tidbit. I'm going back for a second because this was a really good point. Okay, the first and most important step is you be the change you wish to see. Be that partner that feels safe and allows them to feel heard and hold space for each other. I said that again, and I'll say it 500 billion times again. When even your child or anybody in your life feels safe and comfortable to speak to you, that speaks volumes. When you can go home and be real with your partner and be you can talk about anything, whatever's coming up, you're just oh, I go home, I feel safe. I can talk to you. There's not going to be fucking anger, resentment, judgment. It's just safety.
Can I add to this?
I'd love for you to add to everything.
I may botch it, but this
okay.
was so cool when I heard this. So in your sexual side of your relationship,
this is perfect catalyst to coming right to this next part. I love you.
So when it comes to safety and the difference between men and women, men have sex to feel safe and secure. Women need to feel safe and secure to have sex. Bottom line.
Emotional, 100%.
Sorry, Dave. If say we get in a tiff. Say he comes home from a bad day at work and he still is in work mode and somehow I get the brunt end of it.
Yeah.
That for me is I would rather be Kate, I'm just gonna give you a minute to ground out, cut the cords, cut it out.
Yeah.
And I'll see you in 10 minutes. If that space is not allotted, then that safety and security is no longer there, and I do not want sex whatsoever. Yeah. Hell no.
Of course you don't.
No, I just don't.
Of course not.
No.
That's a
Sorry.
I'm not going to say what it actually is because I'm going to say it next of what this is called. But when you don't feel safe or you haven't been heard or you've just been lashed out on, women's emotional wall goes up. They're super closed off. That's it for them. A man would maybe be more into letting off some emotions, getting that connection with their woman, and sharing the intimate moment. That's going to be more of a release for him and a connection. But the woman's going, fuck that. Back is to them, rolled over, screw you. Mm-hmm. Totally. I totally vouch for that.
Yeah. It's just, my loins aren't yarning.
Mm-hmm. I had when you were talking about that, I had something that came in, and I'm wishing it would come back.
Record that download. Record that download.
It's not coming back.
Shit.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
So the first bit is just being mindful of your own self always, and do your own journey and trust and let go and know that what's meant to be is going to be, and you and your partner are either going to grow together and expand, or you're going to grow separately, and that's okay too. So just be easy on yourself. Go with the flow. I'll actually share this popped in. So what I did.
Is this what you forgot?
Nope. Total new DL.
Got it.
So back in my relationship, many moons ago, like a long time ago, I've always tapped into this spiritual side, and I would go like super deep. And then I remember getting to a certain point where the Louise Hay book, You Can Heal Your Life, popped up for me. And I was really healing and releasing a lot of trauma and stuff. And with Lisa, I was still working with her, and this is so long ago, you guys. And then what would happen is I would start to see the relationship very clearly. So clearly that I didn't like what I was seeing anymore. So what did I do? I dropped the spirituality. Because I didn't like seeing the clearness of what I was seeing in the relationship. I didn't like it. Because I was seeing it differently, and I was showing up differently. And so the codependency and the fear with me being kept small due to myself. This is no blame to anyone else, just so everybody's clear. I would shy away, and then I would stop the counseling, stop reading the books, just turn around and go back to what I knew, because that's what I knew and what I was comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And that happened multiple times for me. Mm-hmm.
Multiple years.
Yeah. So
years.
Anyone that's going through this, and they start seeing the relationship differently, and they start showing up differently, it doesn't mean you're going to leave your partner because you do spiritual growth. Like, it doesn't mean that you're going to do counseling and then you're going to leave. I promise you, it's going to make it better. It's just going to be harder at first, and it's going to be rough at first. It's going to ruffle feathers. It's going to get uncomfortable, but it's a fucking catalyst to alter the path that you guys were on in the stagnant bullshit energy. Thank God for one person raising the bar. There we go.
She's hot. She's
good.
hot.
It's good, right?
Well, you're like,
I know. There's heat all over me. Okay, so
I'll come back for the high five though. Sorry to leave you hanging, bro.
That's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna move on to this one. Tiffany had the most beautiful segue into what we were gonna be talking about next. So we're gonna talk about. This is also by Kristen. I don't know how to say her last name.
Hassler.
Kristen Hassler.
I
think so. So that's Stefinos' partner, and they're a really cool team. I'm very inspired by them. Love watching their videos, so you guys should go check them out. We'll take them in the podcast notes.
Got it.
How are we doing for time? Just saying, because we, I guess it doesn't even matter because we've got a new segment.
We're
perfect.
Good.
Oh my gosh, 2222. What?
Ooh.
And the lights. Thank
Dimmy.
you. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this. You can't even make this up.
Dim.
Is it kind of like doing something?
It
bouncy?
is.
Yeah. We've got a strobe light. Okay. So back to this. The number one thing that is ruining your sex life is bricks in the bedroom. No, bricks in your life. Bricks. Bricks on bricks on bricks on bricks. What is bricks on bricks on bricks build?
A building.
A wall.
A wall.
Between you and your partner. So then who are you fucking talking to? A brick.
A wall.
Exactly. Okay. This is how it happens. Are you ready, Computer G?
Alexia J. Every time you withhold yourself and disconnect,
you're fucking dropping a brick.
Right between the eyes?
Right there. When you shy away from speaking your truth.
Lay a brick down.
Then there's a brick.
Another brick.
Okay, can I give you an example of speaking your truth?
Yeah.
Okay. let's just say, I'm going to use a really good example. A good example. Let's just pretend that I'm in a relationship, okay? And I go up to the person and I like show love. So I like touch your face or I touch your arm. And then the person like kind of like is like, oh, that's too much, or like is kind of taken off guard. Then the person, so then I would go, oh, like I'm gonna not do that next time, and then withhold who I would be. So I'm gonna be this loving, like bubbly, and then the person didn't respond maybe how I thought I wanted them to respond. So then there's a brick, because now I'm just hurt a little bit. I'm pulled back. I'm taken off guard. The other person is kind of like maybe overwhelmed by the other person's energy. So what do you do at that moment? Are we going to shy away from speaking our truth and discussing that brick that's being laid? Or are we going to just turn around, it was no big deal, and put it in our back pocket? When you fucking put it in your back pocket, there's your brick. Then the next time something happens, there's your second one, third one, fourth one. Resentment, no sex life in your fucking bed. There's nothing. How is there room for anything? Because you're just already hurt and you haven't even acknowledged it or talked about it. So what you would do is acknowledge it. It doesn't have to be right then and there. Take a moment, come back, call your person, have it at dinner, whatever, and say, hey, I wanted to bring this up. I wanted to know what's showing up for you, why you withheld from me touching you and like caressing you in a loving way. What was showing up for you? And that's a conversation piece.
It's so true. That is so true.
It's awesome.
I can't help it, but a lot of these things still happen in dysfunctional relationships when they are often having sex.
Yeah.
Because that can happen too.
On the other foot.
So on the other side of it, if you feel like sex is what makes you feel safe and secure, but you're not dealing with all the other stuff outside of that, this can all look the same.
Yep.
Okay.
Same thing.
You might not be falling asleep with backs turned.
Right.
But
there's no communication, there's just sex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And it's kind of, that one's kind of scary.
It is.
Yeah, because sex, drugs, gambling, shopping, all have something common. Yeah. They all have something in common. And that is releasing a hormone in your body that ultimately gets you a little bit high.
Yeah, and they're just addictive tests.
It is.
Addictive, what's the word I'm looking for? Tendencies, which are 100% keeping you avoiding from feeling your feelings and actually touching what needs to be touched on.
Yeah, because you're going towards the things that feel good.
Yeah, and it's just toxic behavior that is going to keep you in that circle.
Short-term shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then before you know it, it's years have gone by.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk of your life.
And like connection and being understood is sexy. I'll tell you right fucking now, when someone holds space for you and they're like, how are you doing? Like, can I talk? Like, do you want to talk about it? How do you feel? That's fucking hot. When your partner is like, thanks for sharing. And you know what? I'm going to try better next time. Dude, you want women's vaginas to tingle? Start fucking acknowledging their feelings.
Can we get a mop in aisle 9? I mean aisle 7.
69.
7.
Okay. Okay, so back to the bricks in the bedroom. Feel abandoned or rejected. So rejected is similar to what I just expressed about my example of touching somebody, or you go to give them a kiss or whatever and then you get rejected. You got to talk about the rejection. You got to talk about the situation to work through it. This is a big one.
Humiliated.
Yeah.
Oh,
humiliated.
Feel abandoned.
I just said that.
Oh, okay. Humiliated. You are stacking. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are stacking bricks between you and your partner. If it is a lie, even if it is a lie, eventually you'll have enough bricks that you have a wall all around you between you and your partner. People think that the problem is that you're bored or put on weight or tired or the things that become factors or just move bricks in the bedroom.
Or just more bricks going in the bedroom. This is a good example. So people often...
Bricks flying everywhere.
Yeah. People often think, oh, I'm bored. I'm bored with my partner. It's not interesting anymore. Let's bring in a partner. Let's have threesomes. Let's maybe go separate ways outside of the room. Or the partner's put on too much weight. Like, there's all these things. These are bricks that need to be addressed and talked about. And it's like, comes back down to your root core issues of healing yourself first, talking about the issues and the things, and then also feeling safe and supported are going to help you keep that sex life active and exciting. What? What happened now?
Slut tapping.
Oh, okay. That's what I do. That's my thing. I'm like placing each thing on the table,
like,
moving the bricks.
It's like invisible Lego.
Yes. You guys can't see what I'm doing with my hands. Okay.
Or they would if they went to our YouTube channel.
Yes. So, can become factors. Blah, blah, blah. Self-judgment and not speaking up for yourself. The real answer is removing the bricks one by one. Slow and steady wins the race. Let go of criticizing yourself or your partner. Stop withholding information about how you feel. Always talk about how you feel. Another thing, if you've put on weight, own the fact you've put on weight. Make that your superpower and sexy. Don't go to your partner, I'm insecure. It's not attractive.
Don't look at me.
Yes, it's not attractive.
Lights off, lights off.
Yeah. Don't do that. Like, don't bring insecurities of yourself into your relationship. Be the freaking sexy superwoman, rainbow unicorn. Own it. Shake it. It's hot, okay? When guys are fucking horny, they don't give a shit anyway.
No
They
shit.
do not care. They want more jiggle. They want to hold on to a little bit more, and they want to freaking rub it in their face. Okay? Okay?
It's so true.
Okay. Okay, so remember how amazing it was at the beginning before all the bricks got placed. This is a really good exercise, actually. Sexercise. Go back. Go back. Say to your partner, like, what brought you two together? What did you like about each other? What was there before? What? Tiffany, go.
I don't remember.
Oh my God. You're like, I was only 12. We used to skip and ride bikes. I'm just kidding. But no, there's certain things that is great to... Here's a good exercise. Sit down with your partner and play a game of what you like about each other. Look in each other's eyes. Try to get back to that place of connection. Can you not do that?
No.
Are you going to punch him in the face?
Look at me from a distance.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Just slowly remove one brick at a time.
I thought you were going to say a piece of clothing.
Oh, that's good too. That's a good game.
That's a fun game.
Are you playing cards with this game, or are you just saying one at a time? Like, what are we doing for this?
Truth.
Oh, like a game of truth or dare? No, just
Truth.
truth. And
Is
then,
it true or is it not true?
Ooh, and then,
Which one? Winner, chicken dinner gets to
I was gonna
keep
say
their
that.
clothing.
We're both the same aliens, obviously.
We finish each other's sandwiches.
Sandwich? But what if you don't eat sandwiches?
Peanut butter and J is my go-tip.
Okay.
But
well,
I never really eat them because I don't eat bread very often at all.
Or
But
jam.
there's something about the two combined, it just next level. An ultra soft bread, the bread that like is like a treat.
Okay.
She's like, no.
No.
Computer said no.
Oh. Okay, so ask yourself, where am I withholding the truth?
Where are you withholding the truth?
Yeah.
And tell me how you really feel about my peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I think we should talk about
Okay,
this.
let's talk about it. So I feel that if you go and get almond butter and the healthy organic strawberry jam with gluten-free toast, I would be okay with you having a piece.
Who said anything about toast?
A sandwich.
Okay, we'll have that together then.
Okay.
We'll finish each other's sandwiches.
Yes. And
I
take a video
will meet
of
you
it.
in the middle. I'll meet you in the middle.
Okay.
Don't say that, because now we're going to be known as liars because we're not going to eat each other's sandwiches. We were supposed to record you one day with one eyebrow.
We're doing that still.
Haven't done that.
We're still doing it.
And we even got face masks from Sharon.
We're going to do it all, of course.
Yeah. It'll be like a series of like what we said we were going to do.
Oh, yeah. We're going to just do a full episode on like what we were, yeah.
That's a great idea. We just created a new episode.
A new episode done. Okay. Let's move through this. So ask yourself, where am I withholding the truth? So it's like, if you really feel like deep inside that you're like angry or pissed off at your partner, you're not attracted to them for something, or like, just speak your truth. Say it. Okay. Lies and resentments, write those down. Write it out. Like, figure it out. What the fuck are you like withholding from your partner, and talk about it. Once you start talking, you're like, oh my gosh. Okay, this is my favorite thing that Stefano and Christine said. Take 100% responsibility for your 50% of the relationship. Isn't that amazing?
Oh.
Take 100% responsibility for your 50%. Let that sink in. Take 100% responsibility for your 50% of the relationship. Exactly. And if your partner isn't taking 100% responsibility for their 50%, communicate about it. Talk about it. Say what you need. Your needs need to be met. Go. Okay? It's not about who's right or wrong. Drop that at the front door. That's ego. It is not about who's right or wrong. It's not about that at all. Make a list together or apart and list all of your bricks. This is for healing. List them. This is bothering me. This is bothering me. This is bothering me. What do you want to tackle? Pick one. Start there. To start removing them, safety is everything. It's not what others think. Oh, this is so random, but I loved it.
Is this yours?
Yes! No. I got it from the song that I was listening to while I was putting my mascara on for Raw Babes 101. You can say it.
It's not what others think. It's how you feel inside.
I loved how you said that. It was like a commercial. Tiffany's actually, you guys, very good at doing commercials. We were doing an advertisement. Somebody hired us for an advertisement. And so she was the commercial. And she's like really good at improv and just doing it.
Just make it happen.
Yeah. And that's what I love about her. She pushes me. So if, you know, when we do our reels, everybody, and we do all those crazy things, I'm the type who's like, let's practice. And Tiffany's like, nope, we're going right now. It's happening. So then it's just like, okay, stop, drop, and roll. Do it like a pro. Do it. And then I'm just like this crazy horse. It's just like the
You're a fucking stallion,
right?
Bitches.
I'm super warm. Whew.
Dude, you just did a full ass workout.
We did.
No,
we did. I did do a lot of the talking, but you dropped in the next level.
It's good. I'm not as sweaty because I could just feel. Yeah, breathe it out, girl. Musa.
Okay.
Working hard.
You guys,
hard over here.
These are really important tips, and I hope you take a few of them away and utilize them in your relationships. It's going to be magical.
Yeah.
Speak your truth.
You know, and when I like working in the salon, and I love talking to the seniors that come in, the ones that were married for like 50 plus years.
Yes.
Like, what would be your one piece of advice you could give me? Say, I don't know, whatever. And often it was, don't go to bed angry. Do not go to bed angry. Make sure you talk about everything. So it really comes down to communication. And any time that you're upset, angry, confused, whatever, it's all comes back to a lack of communication. If you're not talking about it, trust me.
Yeah.
Your man ain't reading your mind.
No. He's too busy worrying about what he's got going on in his life.
Why do we think that they can read our minds?
Yeah, and also why, like, I used to do this all the time. I used to withhold. I would just be like, I would withhold my my truth, so I wouldn't say it. And just closing down and then not talking about it and then just suppressing, and guess who's holding on to that pain? It's like disease. I'm just like this disease bubble ready to freaking burst. I'm just hurting myself. And it's like, talk about it. Say, my needs aren't met right now. I'm sad. I need something.
This is what we need to be teaching our children.
That's right.
And because the kids they're not born with knowing how to actually identify what their feelings are.
I'm so glad you just brought this up.
Because kids are just very, they're in the midst of their innocence and survival. So if they feel at any point in time that they're not safe, they are in survival mode, and you would never know what's wrong with them. And they won't even know. Mm-hmm. They will have no idea.
Yeah, everything's about teaching. And
yeah.
like,
we're teaching all the wrong things. Yeah. We're not teaching enough about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and this is why we're doing this.
Yeah.
It's to rewire the fact that through generations and ancestral,
got it, you got it.
These patterns have kept on going on and on and on and on. Now I feel like this 2021, especially since this COVID and awakenings and people are like really doing their work, it's allowing us to like look at these relationships and then individually heal our own traumas and then show up differently, and then we're able to show up to our kids differently, to hold space for them to be able to share their truth. So this next generation and the generation after is just going to be so much more like open and honest and sharing and feeling safe. And this is the thing.
They won't be wasting their time dealing with their
bullshit.
childhood shit.
Yes.
Like what we do. Like, fuck, get over it, guys.
Yes.
And past is the past.
Exactly.
Hakuna Matata.
Yes. And the thing is, men are taught to withhold and not show their vulnerability, so they come at life a lot more with anger. But what is underneath of anger is sadness. So if they are comfortable enough with like growing up with their moms and dads saying it's okay for a man and a boy to cry and it's okay to show your feelings and emotions, they're going to show up differently in their relationships, because they're going to say, hey, I've had a rough day. I'm super emotional. My needs need to be met. I am feeling sad. It's okay to feel sad. As a man, feel fucking sad and say it.
Yeah. Say
it and speak your truth, because you do not have to hold this big man, masculine and feminine are in all of us. When you tap into your femininity and your masculinity, and you have both men and women have it. It's not just women are supposed to be feminine, men are supposed to be masculine. That's a lie.
That's a bullshit remark.
We are supposed to tap into both and to have our balance, because they both are required.
Our own balance is, guys.
Exactly.
The balance is not going to be the same from one person to another.
Exactly.
Some women need more masculinity, and some women need more femininity.
Exactly.
Too.
And they need to be able to feel safe to tap into both. And in relationships, you need to be able to find that balance within your husband and your wife to switch roles, because sometimes the woman needs to step into the masculine energy to get her shit done in a day, and then sometimes the man needs to tap into his femininity to be able to just relax, wind down, tap into his
maybe hold a little compassion,
yes, hold some space. Femininity isn't about it's not a gender. It's just not. I'm sorry.
No.
That is so old school. Feminine is fucking hot when a man can tap into his femininity and like in such a way of holding space and closeness and connection and oneness. It's like, come on.
And women, I think, too, to understand what a masculine energy would be, like if you're standing in a masculine energy all the time, like say if you're a woman and you're always in a workplace when it's always men. always men around you, you're definitely going to be coming home with more masculine energy because you just take on other people's energy. Mm-hmm. You are who you hang with, kind of thing. Yeah. Another thing a woman could do to take on masculine energy is like say you're the one that's taking care of the house inside and out. Yeah. And you're doing all the things, you're getting the kids to their things, and you know, you're getting to your emails and you're doing this, and that's a lot of masculine energy. Yeah, so to soften that up, what would you do that makes you feel good and beautiful? Mm-hmm. Right?
Tap into your inner goddess.
Yeah, like put on a little face of makeup. Yeah. Put on a nice dress. Yeah. Maybe do your hair. Maybe do your nails. Yeah. What else could you do?
Music. Yeah. Drop into a meditation.
Maybe dance. Put some music on and just fucking groove.
Just feel it.
I feel like my kids are like, it's all I do now because it's like summer feeling and windows are down, music's on, and I fucking dance in the car.
Yes. I'm like, I love it.
And my kids are just like, damn. No, they don't even say anything. They just, they know they're not allowed. Yeah.
You know, I want to say this too. When if I go to the beach or if I go somewhere and I see a woman and there's music on and she's just in her goddess form and just tapping in and doesn't give a shit about who's around, that's hot.
That's fucking hot.
That is like, you have so much confidence and you just don't care and you're just feeling the music. It's like, I love that. I'm like, go girl. Like,
yes.
I love that.
Or seeing a woman who is just owning the curves.
Yes. At the beach. I'm like, good job. I love it too.
Yeah.
Good
I just kind of want to go, woo.
Yes.
Don't whistle at them, please. And don't yell, you're beautiful either. Just
send love.
You just send love. You can do it energetically.
Yeah. And another thing just that jumped into my brain, if somebody's like having a really bad day or like you don't even know this person, just send them love. Like just send them some love. Like, you know what, this person needs a little bit of love. And I'm sending it their way. If they're having a bad mood or yelling or even somebody like cut you off. Like I had a guy when I was driving and he just like, oh, I know what it was. I was just driving straight to try to get into a lane because my lane was ending. There wasn't a chance in hell he was going to let me come over. He was right beside me, and he was like, there was no way. So I just surrendered. I'm like, it's okay. And I just waited. And then I just got in behind him. And I was like, you know what? He must be having a day. Because he could not let my vehicle come into his lane. He had to win. So I'm like,
someone just did that to me.
Yes. So I sent him love.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no, I literally went out the window. I'm like, what are you doing?
Tiffany, can you show your hand on that? Because that was you. Yeah.
Hey. Why?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, yeah, I sent love. I didn't do any of that because I knew what was happening for him. He was just, his ego was fucking strong. He's like, I'm a strong stallion and this bitch isn't getting in front of me.
You know what I saw today?
A strong stallion.
Very close.
What?
I was waiting for my daughter outside of jiu-jitsu. And this, where it is kind of in a cul-de-sac. At the end of the cul-de-sac is this path that's like a trail, and people come out of, like, I run in there sometimes, and this couple was coming out of there on their bikes, and it looks like they were just having a really romantic time together riding their bikes. So I'm on my phone just doing my shit, like waiting for my daughter. All of a sudden, all I hear is this big smash. This guy fucking threw himself off his bike, started screaming at the man who stopped at the crosswalk for them. Mind you, it sounded like the man that was driving the van that stopped kind of uttered something, like complained that they were crossing, and this is why the let's just say the boyfriend snapped. you tell me to my face what you just said, motherfucker. I'm like, I'm standing there and I'm like, where's his girlfriend? And she's on the sidewalk with her hands in her head. And her head in her hands. And I'm like, all I could think is like, you guys just came from a beautiful ride. And now
it's over.
You're losing your shit. It ain't so beautiful.
You know how many bricks have been laid there?
Wow. Ooh. And then I was like, well, maybe they didn't have such a nice ride. Maybe they were arguing, and then that just like set them off.
Wow.
A lot of masculine energy. Breathe through it, guys.
A lot of
breathe.
Bricks. But I was going to say, only this shit happens to Tiffany.
I see.
She gets to see the most wild shit.
I don't know.
I love it.
It never happens like to me per se.
No, but you get to observe it.
Yeah.
You get the show.
I get the show. I tried to record it, but I pressed record too late.
Oh my god, of course you
So I just recorded the guy standing in the middle traffic, stopping everybody from driving by. So he could yell at this other man. And
amazing.
Really? No, I don't know. It's just reminds me of where we're at in this world, and a lot of people are on edge. A lot of people are sitting on them dirty bricks.
Okay, guys, it's this time. It's this time. What do... Oh, cool. Always, it's been 2 lately. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'm going
right down to my butt. Should have let it a little... Where's the... Sorry, guys, I know that was loud. Luckily, I wasn't holding on to the speaker.
Good luck to you, Jai. I've never seen this card before. I have goosebumps.
Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling?
Dude, that looks like Wonder Woman.
Oh, there you go. Okay, how so sexual that is, you guys?
Dude. Next level.
Okay, so that was number 1. And number 2, we got the initiation. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Put your hand behind this, please, TT. There you go. Look at that, you guys. This is amazing. So this is basically from the dark to the light. And no holding back. Crossing the threshold. We are just crossing
the threshold and standing into your power. Step into your truth and honor it and own it and take responsibility for it, and just know that there is a threshold that you always want to push every time you feel like you're there. Push a little bit more.
Yeah. What are you waiting for? And you know what came to me right now is everybody that's listening. You know why Warrior Woman came up? All of our listeners, and I know obviously we know lots of them. Have you answered your deepest calling? I want you to check in. No, you haven't. So we pulled this card for all of our listeners, and whoever's listening to this at whatever fucking time you decide to listen to this episode, this is for you. Have you answered your deepest calling? Are you doing what you truly want to be doing?
I am!
So am I, but...
And I'm excited for more. And I know.
Exactly. But I do know a lot of our next level amazing listeners who are on their own spiritual path and journey are just sitting in their comfort zones, just putting one foot into the pond, 1 foot back, jump. The rest will follow. Answer your call. You are here for a reason and a damn purpose. Get it. Just get it. Do it. Don't wait.
Get it.
Don't wait any longer. This is so exciting. I'm so happy that these cards came out.
These are so good, Kristen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
an amazing episode.
Yeah, thank you for an amazing episode. Thank you to all of our listeners, viewers, for showing up and supporting us every week. You guys, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And we are committed to do this and to come each week because we want to. And we want to help and share.
Share the love.
light and love.
All right, bitches.
All right, everyone.
Peace out.
Cut it out. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.
Bye.